What if I told you that the appliances you rely on every day to keep your home comfortable and functional are secretly putting your family's health at risk? We all assume our homes are sanctuaries, safe havens from the dangers of the outside world. But what if the real threat is lurking right under your nose, in your kitchen, your basement, and even your living room? Imagine this: your trusty gas stove, the one you use to cook nutritious meals for your loved ones, could be slowly poisoning your family, even when it's turned off. It sounds like something out of a horror movie, doesn't it? But the truth is far more terrifying than fiction. Let's take a closer look at the hidden dangers in your home. That gas water heater tucked away in the corner of your basement? It's not just providing hot showers. It's potentially releasing harmful chemicals into the air you breathe. The cozy wood-burning fireplace that creates such a warm ambience on chilly evenings? It could be filling your living room with invisible toxins. And that space heater you keep in the garage for those extra cold days? It might be doing more than just warming up the space. These everyday appliances, the ones we've come to depend on without a second thought, are turning our homes into toxic traps. They're releasing cancer-causing chemicals and deadly gases that you can't see, smell, or detect without specialized equipment. It's a silent, invisible threat that's been hiding in plain sight for far too long. Think about it. How many times have you stood in front of your gas stove, inhaling deeply as you prepare a meal, completely unaware of the potential danger? How often have you curled up in front of the fireplace, breathing in what you thought was just the comforting scent of burning wood? These moments of domestic bliss could be masking a much darker reality. The worst part? Most of us are completely oblivious to these risks. We go about our daily lives, using these appliances without a second thought, assuming that if they were truly dangerous, someone would have told us by now. But the truth is, the dangers have been there all along, hidden behind the convenience and comfort these devices provide. By the end of this video, I guarantee you'll never look at your kitchen, basement, or living room the same way again. The appliances you once saw as helpful household staples will take on a new, more sinister appearance. You'll start to question everything you thought you knew about home safety. But don't panic just yet. Knowledge is power, and that's exactly what we're here to provide. Our channel, Domestic Item Secrets, is dedicated to exposing harmful household products before they can harm you and your loved ones. We believe that everyone has the right to know what's really going on in their homes, behind closed doors, and inside seemingly innocent appliances. Our investigations are evidence-based, thorough, and designed to give you the information you need to protect yourself and your family. We don't deal in fear-mongering or sensationalism, just cold, hard facts backed up by scientific research and expert analysis. In the coming weeks, we'll be diving deep into the world of household hazards. We'll show you exactly how these fuel-burning devices release their invisible, undetectable toxins. We'll explain the long-term health effects of exposure to these chemicals and gases. And most importantly, we'll give you practical, actionable advice on how to minimize your risk and create a truly safe home environment. But we can't do this alone. We need your help to spread the word and raise awareness about these hidden dangers. Share this video with anyone you know who uses fuel-burning appliances in their home. That's pretty much everyone, right? Your friends, family, colleagues, they all deserve to know the truth about what's lurking in their living spaces. And if you want to stay informed and protected, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll be releasing new investigations regularly, covering everything from common household cleaners to seemingly harmless decorative items that could be putting your health at risk. Remember, your home should be the safest place on earth. But without the right information and precautions, it could be anything but. Don't let your sanctuary become a danger zone. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay tuned to Domestic Item Secrets. Together, we can uncover the truth and create truly safe homes for ourselves and our loved ones. Here's where things get alarming for millions of American households. A Stanford University study has uncovered a shocking truth about gas stoves. They leak benzene, a known carcinogen, even when they're completely turned off. We're talking about the same toxic chemical found in gasoline and industrial solvents, silently lurking in your kitchen around the clock. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. When you fire up that gas stove to cook, the situation becomes even more dire. Nitrogen dioxide levels can skyrocket to concentrations that would be considered illegal if measured outdoors. This isn't just some harmless byproduct. It's the same pollutant responsible for triggering asthma attacks and causing long-term respiratory damage, with children under 12 being particularly vulnerable. The American Lung Association's records paint a grim picture. Children growing up in homes with gas stoves face a staggering 42% higher risk of developing asthma compared to their peers in homes without them. It's a silent epidemic unfolding in kitchens across the nation, yet somehow, the real estate industry continues to turn a blind eye. Incredibly, despite these well-documented health risks, real estate agents still market gas kitchens as premium features. It's a stark disconnect between what we know about the dangers and how these appliances are presented to unsuspecting homebuyers. Sleek stainless steel and powerful burners are touted as selling points, with no mention of the invisible threat they bring into homes. The situation becomes even more perplexing when you consider the expert opinions on the matter. Former EPA air quality specialists have gone on record stating an uncomfortable truth. If gas stoves were invented today, they would never pass current indoor air safety standards. The only reason they remain legal in our homes is that they were grandfathered in long before we fully understood the health risks they pose. This revelation begs the question, how did we end up here? The answer lies in the timing of our scientific understanding. When gas stoves first became popular, their potential health impacts weren't on anyone's radar. By the time research caught up and revealed the dangers, these appliances had already become fixtures in millions of American homes. The health implications of this oversight are far-reaching. The same pollutants emitted by gas stoves that cause immediate issues like asthma attacks also contribute to long-term respiratory damage. It's not just a matter of occasional discomfort. We're talking about potential lifelong health consequences, especially for the most vulnerable members of our households, our children. Consider the daily exposure. Every time you boil water for pasta, sauté vegetables, or simmer a sauce, you risk potentially filling your home with levels of pollutants that would set off alarms if they were detected outside. It's a sobering thought that the simple act of preparing a meal for your family could be putting their health at risk. The contrast between our growing awareness of these dangers and the continued promotion of gas stoves as desirable home features is stark. It highlights a broader issue in how we approach indoor air quality and the slow pace at which safety standards evolve to protect public health. This situation calls for a serious reevaluation of our relationship with gas cooking appliances. While they may offer precise temperature control and the allure of professional-grade cooking, the hidden costs to our health are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. As consumers, we're left to grapple with the unsettling reality that a common household appliance, one that many of us use daily without a second thought, could be silently compromising our well-being. The path forward isn't clear-cut, but awareness is the first step. As more studies like the one from Stanford University come to light, it becomes increasingly important for homeowners, renters, and potential buyers to educate themselves about the risks associated with gas stoves. Perhaps it's time to reconsider what we value in our kitchens, prioritizing health and safety over perceived luxury or cooking performance. In the end, the hidden dangers of gas cooking present a complex challenge. It's an issue that intersects public health, consumer awareness, and industry practices. As we continue to uncover the full extent of these risks, it is crucial that we as a society have honest conversations about the trade-offs we're willing to make in our homes. The comfort and convenience of gas cooking may come at a price far higher than we ever imagined, one measured not in dollars, but in the long-term health of our families. There's this one case from the Texas freeze of 2021 that I can't stop thinking about. When millions lost power, desperate families turned to dangerous alternatives for heat. Within just 48 hours, over 17 people died from carbon monoxide poisoning in their own homes. Among the victims were a Houston mother and her 8-year-old daughter, their lives cut short by an invisible killer. No smell, no sound, no warning signs until it was too late. What's truly haunting about this tragedy is that it wasn't some freak accident. Emergency room doctors across Texas have been sounding the alarm for years. They report a disturbing pattern. Carbon monoxide cases spike every winter, not from faulty equipment, but from people using outdoor fuel-burning devices inside their homes during cold snaps. Think about it. When temperatures plummet and the power goes out, people get desperate. They bring their propane grills and portable camping stoves indoors, thinking they've found a clever solution. But what they don't realize is that they're inviting a silent killer into their homes. Carbon monoxide is ruthlessly efficient. It's odorless, colorless, and completely undetectable to human senses. By the time symptoms appear, headaches, dizziness, nausea, it's often already too late. Victims slip into unconsciousness, never knowing the danger they're in. The Texas freeze deaths weren't isolated incidents. They were the tragic culmination of a widespread and dangerous practice. Every winter, hospitals across the state brace for an influx of carbon monoxide poisoning cases. It's become a grim seasonal routine. But here's what really gets under my skin. This information isn't some closely guarded secret. Propane manufacturers aren't trying to hide the risks. If you look closely at those outdoor heating devices, you'll find clear warnings stating for outdoor use only in bold letters. The problem is, most people never bother to read that fine print until it's too late. And can we really blame them? Walk into any home improvement store during winter, and you'll see outdoor fuel-burning devices displayed right next to indoor heating products. It's a recipe for confusion. To the average consumer, especially one facing a dire situation like a power outage, the distinction between indoor and outdoor use might not be immediately obvious. This is where things get complicated. On one hand, we have manufacturers following the letter of the law by including safety warnings. On the other, we have a retail environment that doesn't always make those distinctions clear. And caught in the middle are consumers, often making split-second decisions in moments of crisis. The Texas freeze of 2021 wasn't just a weather event. It was a perfect storm of infrastructure failure, desperation, and tragically misplaced ingenuity. Families, facing bone-chilling cold and pitch-black homes, made what they thought were resourceful choices. They couldn't have known those choices would prove fatal. What's particularly heartbreaking is how quickly it all happened. Within just 2 days, carbon monoxide claimed more lives than many natural disasters. The Houston mother and her young daughter. Their story is just one of many. Across the state, families went to sleep thinking they'd found a way to stay warm, never to wake up again. This isn't just about Texas, though. Similar tragedies play out across the country every winter. Anywhere cold snaps and power outages intersect, there's potential for disaster. It's a nationwide problem hiding in plain sight. So what can be done? Education is crucial, but it's not enough on its own. We need clearer labeling, stricter regulations on how these products are displayed and sold, and better emergency preparedness plans that account for safe heating alternatives. But most importantly, we need to change the conversation around emergency heating. It's not enough to tell people what not to do. We need to provide safe, accessible alternatives that work even when the power grid fails. The Texas freeze of 2021 was a wake-up call. It showed us the deadly consequences of desperation and misinformation. But it also highlighted a gap in our emergency preparedness, one that costs lives every single year. As we face increasingly unpredictable weather patterns and strain on our power grids, this issue becomes more urgent than ever. We can't change the past, but we can learn from it. We owe it to those families, to that mother and her 8-year-old daughter, to do better, to make sure that when the next winter storm hits, people have safe options to stay warm. Because no one should have to choose between freezing and poisoning their family. No one should die from a mistake they didn't even know they were making. When I began researching the hidden dangers lurking in our homes, I stumbled upon a chilling revelation that forever changed my perspective on household safety. The Consumer Product Safety Commission's data paints a grim picture. Over 400 lives are lost annually due to carbon monoxide poisoning, with gas water heaters and furnaces emerging as the primary culprits. What's truly alarming is that these aren't just old, malfunctioning units. Many were less than 5 years old and supposedly installed correctly. I spoke with a seasoned HVAC technician boasting 2 decades of experience, who shared a startling statistic. He's uncovered carbon monoxide leaks in approximately 30% of the homes he's inspected, yet most families were blissfully unaware of the silent killer in their midst. Independent safety organizations have conducted tests revealing how carbon monoxide can insidiously accumulate in basements, gradually seeping into living areas through inconspicuous floor gaps. But here's what truly sent shivers down my spine. The majority of homeowners only install CO detectors near bedrooms, leaving their basements, the very source of the danger, completely unmonitored. It's a potentially fatal oversight that countless families are making every day. Have you ever wondered why you feel so relaxed and drowsy when cozying up to a fireplace? That sense of calm might not be as innocent as it seems. If your chimney isn't functioning properly, you could be unknowingly inhaling low levels of carbon monoxide, mistaking the resulting drowsiness for simple relaxation. It's a dangerous misconception that puts many at risk. The Environmental Protection Agency's research adds another layer of concern to this already worrying picture. Their findings show that wood-burning fireplaces release particles that are a staggering 12 times more toxic than cigarette smoke. It's a sobering thought for those who view their fireplace as a source of comfort and warmth. In my quest for answers, I reached out to a local fire marshal who shared some troubling trends. Residential fires stemming from fireplace malfunctions have surged by 23% over the past decade. It's a statistic that underscores the importance of regular maintenance and proper installation. Further investigation revealed that an alarming 60% of fireplaces have dangerous blockages or improper installations. These issues not only increase the risk of fire, but also exacerbate the danger of carbon monoxide poisoning. It's a double threat that many homeowners are completely unaware of. The more I delved into this topic, the clearer it became that our homes harbor hidden dangers we rarely consider. Gas appliances, often seen as convenient and efficient, carry risks that extend far beyond their intended use. Even something as seemingly harmless as a fireplace can pose a significant threat if not properly maintained and monitored. What's particularly unsettling is how these dangers can accumulate over time, often without any obvious signs. A slightly malfunctioning water heater or a partially blocked chimney might not cause immediate alarm, but the long-term consequences can be devastating. The key takeaway from all this research is the critical importance of awareness and prevention. Regular inspections by qualified professionals, proper installation of carbon monoxide detectors throughout the home, including basements, and a thorough understanding of the risks associated with gas appliances and fireplaces are essential steps in protecting ourselves and our loved ones. As I reflect on these findings, I'm struck by how something as mundane as a water heater or as cherished as a fireplace can pose such significant risks. It's a stark reminder that safety in our homes requires constant vigilance and a willingness to look beyond the surface. In sharing this information, my hope is to spark a conversation about household safety that goes beyond the usual topics. We need to rethink our approach to home maintenance, viewing it not just as a matter of comfort or efficiency, but as a crucial aspect of our family's well-being. The next time you descend into your basement or light a fire in your living room, take a moment to consider the unseen dangers that might be present. It's only by acknowledging and addressing these risks that we can truly make our homes the safe havens we believe them to be. After all, the most dangerous threats are often the ones we see, but with knowledge and proper precautions, we can protect ourselves against even the most insidious household hazards. Now that you're aware of the dangers lurking in fuel-burning appliances, there's no going back. But don't let fear paralyze you. Knowledge is power, and every precaution you take is a step towards safeguarding your loved ones. Let me share what I've learned and now practice religiously. First things first, carbon monoxide detectors are non-negotiable. Install them on every floor of your home, with special attention to basements where water heaters and furnaces often reside. These silent guardians need your attention too. Test them monthly and swap out those batteries yearly. It's a small effort that could make all the difference. When it comes to gas appliances, don't leave anything to chance. Schedule professional inspections annually. These experts can spot issues you might miss, keeping your home safe and efficient. And here's a crucial tip. If you catch even the faintest whiff of gas, don't hesitate. Call a technician immediately. That slight odor could be signaling a serious problem. Proper ventilation is your best friend when dealing with fuel-burning appliances. If you're cooking with gas, make sure your exhaust fans are venting outside, not just recirculating air within your home. Those recirculating fans might look sleek, but they're not doing the job you need. Now, let's talk about a common mistake that can have dire consequences. No matter how frigid it gets outside, resist the urge to bring outdoor fuel-burning devices indoors. That propane grill, camping stove, or generator, they belong outside, period. The risks of using them indoors far outweigh any temporary comfort they might provide. If you're in the midst of building or renovating, you have a golden opportunity to make safer choices. Consider electric alternatives like induction cooktops, electric water heaters, and heat pumps. Not only are they safer, but they're often more energy efficient too. It's a win-win for your family's safety and your utility bills. Here's a rule of thumb that could save your life. If it burns fuel indoors, it needs proper venting and regular maintenance. No exceptions. This applies to everything from your furnace to your fireplace. Don't cut corners when it comes to these essentials. I know it's easy to get comfortable with the appliances we've always used. Maybe your family has been cooking on a gas stove for generations. But remember, your safety, and the safety of those you love, is worth more than convenience or tradition. We deserve appliances that put our well-being first, not profits. The information I'm sharing with you has the power to save lives, but only if it spreads. If this has opened your eyes to the hidden dangers in your home, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with friends, family, neighbors, anyone who uses gas appliances. You never know whose life you might be saving. Let's talk about the broader impact of making these changes. Every time you opt for a safer appliance or maintain your existing ones properly, you're not just protecting your immediate family. You're contributing to a safer community. Imagine if every household took these precautions. We'd see a dramatic decrease in carbon monoxide incidents and gas-related accidents. It's also worth considering the long-term benefits of switching to electric appliances. Beyond the immediate safety advantages, you're reducing your carbon footprint and potentially saving money on energy costs. It's a decision that aligns with a more sustainable future for all of us. Remember, change doesn't have to happen overnight. Start with the most critical steps, installing those carbon monoxide detectors and scheduling a professional inspection of your current appliances. Then, as you're able, gradually transition to safer alternatives. Every small step counts. In the end, it's about creating a home environment where you can truly relax, knowing you've done everything in your power to protect your loved ones. The peace of mind that comes with that is priceless. So take action today and encourage others to do the same. Together, we can create safer homes and communities, one informed decision at a time.